Well, hello everybody and welcome to Mastering Digital Project Management and week one of the course. I wanted to give you a quick intro to what the course is all about, what you can expect, what's going to happen over the next 7 weeks, and to try and get you up to speed as quickly as possible. So I'm going to do a screen share. I'm going to show you a few different things, and hopefully it's going to help you as you begin this course and master digital project management over the next 7 weeks. So give me a second just while I share my screen. Okay, I am sharing here. Cool. So the first thing that I want to show you is the welcome pack. Now, you should have all received the welcome pack. If you haven't, ping us and we will send it to you. But hopefully you've received the welcome pack, which is why you're able to watch this video. So I just want to give you a quick run through of what you'll find in this welcome pack. This welcome pack has got a lot of information in it. Please read it. It's really important. So in the welcome pack, you will see that we talk you through the schedule, the tools we're going to use, the video lessons, the webinars, assignments, office hours, coaching, and how to get your certification. So firstly, just to talk you through the schedule, because I think this is really important. What happens over the next 7 weeks? Well, one of the things that I think people get confused about is early on in the course, it's like, well, hey, when are we going to talk about managing and controlling projects? Or when are we going to learn about risk management or whatever it might be? So I just want to highlight the fact that if you go to the Digital Project Manager and then click on the course program page under training, you will see this course outline. It goes through what we're going to learn in each week of the course. It kind of outlines the topics. So week one is all about what's project management all about, the project management life cycle. We talk about methodologies and we really deep dive into Scrum. We talk about tools and we talk about how to choose your tools. So week two is about initiating projects, kickoffs, discovery, and briefing people properly. We talk about how agencies deliver work and process, how to get set up on a project, engage your team, kicking off projects with your team and your clients, starting projects right, that project discovery, getting on track for success, and getting good work done. Week three is all about timelines and project planning. So we have a project plan walkthrough and you begin to build out project plans. Then we talk about estimating and how we do a really robust estimate. And then we do statements of work. So these 3 weeks are kind of really foundational project planning content. And then we talk about real world challenges. So take a look at the topic areas here. This is about managing the day-to-day of projects, managing meetings, risk, project failure, difficult conversations. And in week 6, well, I'll talk about the panel discussions in a minute, but there's a lot of panel discussions around this week 6 content. There's not so much theory, it's more about we unpick it a lot more in the panel discussions, so make time for that. And then we finish in week 7 talking about leadership. And that's all about you and about how you lead yourself and how you lead your team. It's about being effective and productive and how to continue your learning. So I've just whizzed through that, but just to say that the course outline is important. If you're thinking, hey, when are we going to touch on that topic? Check out the course outline, and it's here in the welcome pack, so you can see it there. So in terms of the schedule that we've got, each week there's theory and practice. The theory you find in the video lessons, and we've got these pre-recorded webinars that you get to watch. And then there's practice. So practice is doing your assignment, reviewing other people's assignment and working out how well they did and reacting to that feedback. So each week on a Monday, we release a new video lesson. So you should get access to that and allow about an hour a week for that. Watch the recorded webinars. Sometimes, some weeks it's just an hour, sometimes it's more, depending on how much time you've got. You can spend more time or less time watching that. But remember that you've got access to this for a whole year. So don't feel like you have to watch all of the content all in one go. We've designed this to be a resource that you can come back to time and time again. So if you're on the standard course, you'll watch the video lesson, you'll watch some of the webinar probably, You'll do your assignment and allow probably a couple of hours to do that per week. You'll then spend some time reviewing your classmates' assignments. And that's an important part of the learning process, seeing how other people did, and then learning from that, partly by giving feedback, but partly by thinking, okay, well, how does that compare to what I've done? And then you get to react to the feedback that you've been given each week as well. So the more time that you can block out for this, the more you're going to get out of it. And so really at the beginning of the course, think about your own schedule. Think about, okay, well, how can I carve out 5 hours in an ideal scenario to invest in this course over the next 7 weeks? The more time that you're able to invest in it, the more time you're going to get out of it. So I'd really recommend thinking about your schedule, calendarizing it, putting it in there so you can make as best use as you can out of the course. So that's the schedule. I hope that's clear. Now, I just want to touch on the tools that we use. Maybe this is complicated, but we're using these tools. We're using 3 different tools. So you're going to get emails with different logins. And I just want to show you what those look like. So there's that course program. So the first tool that we've got here is Hazoo. This is what Hazoo looks like. And you're able to navigate through different sections of the Hazoo here and jump to the sections that you think are most important and relevant. And you'll see here that we've got a whole load of content, additional content that you can read as well at the same time as you're watching the video. Just a thing to note that we have handouts every week. So these will really speed up, if you're taking notes, this will speed up the process of making notes. We've got a glossary for each week and a full glossary as well. So make use of these resources that we have at the top of each Hazoo. But yeah, each week you'll watch the video, jump around, watch the stuff that you think is most relevant or interesting to you. So that is Hazoo, and you're going to get a login for that will be emailed to you. We've also got Peer Grade. So Peer Grade is where you do the assignments. And this is an example of the assignment for week 1. So one of the things we ask you to do is introduce yourself personally, professionally. Think about your goals. For the course, I'll do another video on the assignments later. But yeah, this is the platform we use. There's a rubric. So when you mark people's work, you'll be asked to assess them based on some criteria that we've used to kind of define whether or not someone has kind of hit the mark or not. So that is Peer Grade, and you'll get a login for that. And the third thing you'll get in is a login for Slack. So we have a separate Slack for the DPM School. This is separate to the normal DPM Slack. And there's some different channels that you should be aware of. You guys are all in class 8. It's just me in there at the moment, but you'll be added to it soon. And I just say, check out this Start Here channel as well that you'll also be added to. It tells you to read the welcome pack, and it just encourages you to engage with other people on the course. The more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. Ask lots of questions. We'll answer as many as we can. And then here you'll see some FAQs specifically for Peer Grade and Hazoo. If you're having problems using it, check out the FAQs first. So those are the tools that we're using on the course. And you'll see there links to those FAQs as well. I've talked about the video lessons. They're released every Monday. You can watch them at your own pace. You get access to it for a whole year. Make use of those resources that I've mentioned already. Also in Hazoo, you'll find those pre-recorded webinars. So each week you'll get the pre-recorded webinar and the video lesson if you're on the standard course. I've touched on assignments. Those are in Peer Grade. Now, one of the things is to say that I'll produce little videos each week to give you a little insider look on what a good assignment looks like. But just to say, you need to submit those assignments on time each week over the course of the next 7 weeks to get a chance of getting certified at the end. If you submit the assignments and if you do a reasonable job, it's likely that you'll pass. So one thing I would say is don't worry too much about if you get what you think is a low score, because the overall pass rate is 60% for the course. So we're expecting you to make mistakes, and making mistakes is fine, and you're going to learn from your mistakes. So don't worry if you get critical feedback. Think about that as, hey, I've just been given a way to improve the way that I do things. So don't get too upset about critical feedback. And when you're marking assignments, don't just click that they nailed it every time if they didn't nail it. The idea is to provide constructive feedback for people so that they can improve and so that they can get better. So really think about that. So one thing we say is, yeah, you're responsible for uploading your assignments. Double check them before you upload them. If you're submitting something on Google Docs, make sure you've made sure that that is viewable so that people can see your work. And we're just saying here again, late submissions aren't accepted. That's just kind of a blanket rule that we have. If you're late, I'm afraid that is too bad. One thing to say as well is make sure you submit your assignments on brief. We're quite particular about what we ask you to do. So just submitting a piece of documentation that you produced at your company isn't going to work. There's a specific thing we're asking you to do. You're being marked against what we're asking you to do. So just submitting any old piece of documentation won't suffice, and you will fail if you do that. As I said, each week as part of the process of learning, you're evaluating other people's assignments each week. So please make sure you do that. That is one of the criteria for passing the course as well. And you can react to the feedback that you get. And you can also check your scores through peer grade. That's the way to do that. So each week as well, we have office hours. These are normally at 8 a.m. PST or 11 a.m. EST, and then I can't remember what time zone is in the UK right now, but it's towards the end of the day, about 4 p.m. GMT. So those are our weekly office hours. I'd encourage you to come and join if you've got any questions or you think there's anything outstanding that we didn't cover that you want to chat about. Make use of those office hours because it'll be me or one of our team sitting there waiting to chat to you. So make use of that. If you're on the extended course, you also get coaching, and I review the assignments as well. So be sure to schedule those coaching sessions in. And like I said, if you get 60% or more, you will get certified at the end of the course. And getting 60%, like we've set the bar at 60% because we want people to be happy and, like I said, be comfortable with making some mistakes and learning from those mistakes. So don't be too upset if you get graded harshly. It's part of the learning experience. So that is the welcome pack. I hope you guys found that useful. This is a really important document. Make sure you spend some time reading it. Make sure you spend some time trying to log into the different platforms. Make use of the course outline that we provided you. If you're wondering where we talk about certain things, make sure you can access Hazoo, log into PeerGrade, join us on Slack and join the conversation. And we really look forward to having you on the course. The next 7 weeks are going to be busy. And so I just recommend you, again, make some time in your calendar for this. Don't try and squeeze it all in on Sunday night at the end of each week. Make sure you schedule some time during the week, and you're going to get the most out of this course. But by the end of the course, you're going to be way more confident at managing complex digital projects. You're going to have a whole stack of resources, some new knowledge, some new skills, and you're going to be a much better project manager. So thanks so much for joining this course. We look forward to seeing you and learning more about you soon. But for now, make sure you read that documentation. Have a great day.